Please subscribe Car News. In fact, we were both wrong. The pristine truck Jade couldn't discover in a practically unfilled parking area was, truth be told, presented 16 years prior, yet it got a facelift in 2008, making it 12 years of age. With the exception of not so much, on the grounds that the 2020 Nissan Frontier gets an all-new motor and transmission in anticipation of the truck's hotly anticipated complete substitution 1 year from now. Consider it a preliminary run. After over 10 years available without a huge change, and with the little truck showcase ablaze with a few new rivals in the field, Nissan needs to get the all-new truck directly on day one. The motor and transmission are significant parts of any vehicle, so on the grounds that they're prepared now, Nissan is giving them a shot on the present Frontier before introducing them on the new truck. Any bugs that need working out will be arranged during the delicate open here before the stupendous opening 1 year from now. It likewise makes this 1 year uncommon, excepting we at long last get another Frontier 1 year from now, the best Frontier to purchase over the most recent dozen years, inasmuch as you can live without a stick move. That is the exchange, all the more remarkable and effective drivetrain in the equivalent legit, unkillable truck. However, the manual transmission is dead, alongside the base 4-chamber motor. It is anything but an amazement, with the Jeep Gladiator and Toyota Tacoma offering the main different manuals in the class and selling them in generally low volumes. Believe it or not, it is anything but a terrible exchange. Consequently, you get 49 more torque than the antiquated 4.0-liter V6 being supplanted, and 158 horsepower more than the Ford Banger. This new 3.8-liter V6 makes precisely the same 281 pounds-to-foot of torque as the old engine, which keeps on being 110 pounds-to-foot beyond what the 4 Banger could gather. Taking care of the force is another 9-speed program got from the bigger Titans unit, sending the 5 and 6-speed manuals and the old 5-speed program to the scrapyard. Together, Nissan says the new combo gets you 18 miles per gallon city/24 mile per gallon roadway/20 miles per gallon consolidated on back-drive trucks and 17 miles per gallon city/23 miles per gallon parkway/19 miles per gallon joined with 4-wheel drive. Those a couple MPG enhancements, no matter how you look at it, make the new V6 about as effective as the old 4-chamber and about pull it even with the 6-chamber Toyota Tacoma and Chevrolet Colorado/GMC Canyon. That puts it in front of the V6 Jeep Gladiator and behind the Honda Ridgeline and turbocharged 4-chamber Ford Ranger. As you'd trust, almost 50 additional strength and all the more outfitting alternatives likewise improves increasing speed discernibly. With our test office despite everything shut, we can just guesstimate 0 to 60 miles per hour quickening with a stopwatch, which gave us an after effect of generally 7.5 seconds. The last Frontier we tried, route in 2015, required 7.8 seconds. This, as well, is a strong mid-pack result for the class, behind a comparably prepared Ranger and Colorado/Canyon and in front of the Tacoma and Gladiator. Remember, this Pro 4X rough terrain model is wearing Hankook off-road tires, which won't give the best outcomes. In the driver's seat, the new Powertrain seems to be smooth, calm for a truck, and sufficiently amazing. The motor feels as solid as the ones you find in the Tacoma or Gladiator, adequate. Yet some extra wouldn't hurt when you have to pass on the expressway. It would likewise be ideally serviced by a progressively self-assured transmission. This new 9-speed changes easily and appears to have a gear for everything, except you must put your foot down to stand out enough to be noticed. Going up even little slopes on the expressway expect you to drop the sledge to downshift and look after speed, which the product should have the option to deal with all alone. It's increasingly hard to contrast the refreshed Frontier with the old model than it is to contrast with the opposition, since it's been everlastingly since we've tried a Frontier. Referencing old surveys, we thought the old V6 was bounty amazing for the time, yet the remainder of the class has proceeded onward essentially in the previous decade. Today, it's up to speed to the class. Actually, one of the Frontier's most grounded qualities is the manner by which well it drives. Around town and on the interstate, it drives about as pleasantly as some other truck in the class. It rides easily and serenely, particularly on these fat rough terrain tires and stuns, yet the body command over knocks is superior to a Ford Ranger. It's not as planted in corners as a cutting-edge pickup, so you'll need to let off the gas on those long expressway flyover inclines where you may hold your foot down in a Chevy Colorado. It just feels somewhat tippy in fast moves. The main genuine issue with the manner in which it drives is its horrifying turning circle. On paper, it's in the class, however closer to the base than the top. In a parking garage, it wants to turn a journey transport because of a most exceedingly awful in class 20.4:1 guiding proportion that takes 3.6 goes lock to bolt. The wide turning circle or the moderate directing alone could be reasonable. Witness the Tacoma, with the most impenetrable circle and second most goes lock to bolt. However, together, it feels like you're wrenching the wheel everlastingly and still not making the turn. Slow as it might be, it has a pleasant trucky load to it, and it's as exact as any of its rivals. The other issue is the inside clamor, especially on the expressway. Intended for a day when it didn't make a difference, the Frontier is uproarious inside contrasted with the present trucks. The main other truck that's difficult to talk over is the Jeep Gladiator, whose rooftop is intended to be expelled. On the Gladiator scale, it's about even volume-wise with the hardtop, not as uproarious as the delicate top. Picking at any of the Frontier's different inadequacies, however, wants to menace. Everybody realizes the truck is old, and nobody is imagining any extraordinary. It doesn't offer the same number of extravagance and comfort includes as certain contenders, and the infotainment framework is old and little by the present norms. The inside for the most part looks equivalent to it completed 12 years prior when they changed out the atmosphere controls, and that's it, back when they should have dumped that ghastly looking guiding wheel, however didn't. No, the main shot I'll take at the Frontier's inside is at the new Focus Reassure, a featureless piece of dark plastic without any structure. The support must be supplanted to suit the new shifter, yet some way or another in the process Nissan concluded it would be a smart thought to psychologist or remove the capacity receptacles and put the keyless start button down there for no obvious explanation. Less extra room, and when we convey more gadgets than any time in recent memory has neither rhyme nor reason. Give the feel a pass, however, and the Frontier's inside takes care of business fine. The front seat bottoms could be somewhat more, however the seats are in any case agreeable, and the back column has space for grown-ups to sit easily. The tall seating position and low belt line make for large windows and a telling perspective toward each path, and invite structure in a period of high belts and minor windows. This being a Pro 4X rough terrain model, it has a couple of additional parts that make it similarly in the same class as any mid-level rough terrain model. It won't stay aware of a Gladiator Rubicon or a Colorado ZR2 Bison, yet with a physically bolting back differential, Bilstein stuns, slope plunge control, slide plates, and off-road tires, it'll hang with a Ranger FX4, Colorado Z71, or Tacoma TRD Pro. I'll cover its rough terrain ability top to bottom in an up-and-coming survey. In truth, there's a straightforward genuineness to the Frontier that is invigorating. Take it for what it is, and it has all that you need and nothing you don't. On the off chance that you need more, you're taking a gander at an inappropriate truck. There are basically nitty-gritty here, simply seat warmers and a redesigned sound system. It's only a basic, strong truck. Tragically, you truly need to take a great deal of confidence in that effortlessness. At the point when Nissan was selling 4-banger Frontiers beginning at $20,000, it was a shouting bargain. All the truck your requirement for thousands, not exactly the different folks. In any case, that is gone at this point. Nissan, despite everything, hasn't discharged estimating on the 2020, however regardless of whether it stays precisely equivalent to the old V6, it's essentially equivalent to a Ranger or V6 Colorado and just somewhat less expensive than a V6 Tacoma. Is Nissan ready to put more money on the hood than the different folks? Possibly on the old trucks, yet this new powertrain wasn't free, so impetuses might be less pending. In any case, you're getting significantly less stuff in your truck. The catch-22 is, the old powertrain could at any rate guarantee demonstrated dependability. This new one, we simply don't have the foggiest idea yet. Taken without anyone else, the 2020 Frontier is a decent truck. It does everything a truck ought to do, it drives pleasantly, and it's more remarkable and productive than any time in recent memory. Those are for the most part beneficial things, however diminishing the drivetrains has left it attempting to go up against much more up-to-date and more pleasant trucks at a similar value point. Regularly, an absence of convoluted choices and highlights isn't something you pay extra for except if it's a Porsche, and this isn't the Porsche pickup trucks. All things considered, in case you're the sort to Marie Kondo the construct sheet, the new Frontier justifies a look on its quality of character alone.